everyone, this is Francia. Today's class is our gentle vinyasa. It's for all levels, so you're welcome to practice with us even if you haven't practiced in a while. This is a good introductory class for vinyasa style yoga. We are going to use our yoga blocks today as a restorative practice at the end, and then maybe use them as a way to build a little bit of space in order to move into and out of postures. If you do have a blanket or like a thick towel, or even a small kind of pliable cushion, it'll be good to use on the block, especially if the blocks are a little bit hard and not that comfortable for your body. So let's get started. Come to a comfortable seated position. You can elevate your hips if you want, but we won't be here very long. Give yourself a moment to ground through the sole, through the bottom of your body here, through the sits bones, through the legs, the tops of the feet. Feel yourself grounded and rooted. Give yourself the opportunity to soften through the shoulders, draw in through the lower belly, kind of creating a hollowness through the lower belly, and then lifting up gently through the rib cage. Take a nice steady inhale breath. Slow, easy exhale breath. And again, deep breath in. Slow breath out. One more time, deep inhale. Slow exhale. We'll draw the palms together at the center of the heart. We'll open the sacred space of our practice with the sound Om. Inhale to begin. Om. With the next exhale, gently release the hands, bring the chin down towards the chest, and let's start to move a little bit into the neck. Moving the chin towards the right shoulder, left shoulder, easily and softly, letting the neck muscles release. Stopping at any point, you need a little break or allow yourself to linger into a nice spot where there's tightness or tension. And then gently coming back through to center. Inhale, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Lift the chin, relax the arms by your sides. Let's press the arms into the floor to lengthen the spine. So imagine you are trying to lift yourself up from the floor. Let your fingertips point out to the side and see if you can straighten through your arms. Let your knees ground down. So there's this kind of sense of engagement through the whole body. Find your mula bandha, your pelvic floor muscles. Draw in and engage there. Hollow out the lower belly, lift up through the rib cage, and make sure those shoulders are far away from the ears. Keep pressing into the floor firmly, lengthening the spine. One more breath. And then exhale, slowly let yourself settle back down. Inhale, raise the arms. Let's keep them parallel to each other for now. Maybe a little softness in the elbow if that's necessary. Otherwise, keep the arms nice and straight. Reach the fingertips, keep lengthening through the spine, shoulders back and away. Imagine your shoulder blades kind of hugging in towards each other behind you. Keep extending, lengthen the breath. Inhale. And exhale. Take the right arm behind, let the left arm come down behind you and see if you can grab your fingertips. If it's not accessible for your fingertips, that's okay. Just keep reaching them in that direction. Lift the left elbow up as the right arm kind of wiggles back and around. Be mindful of the shoulder, so you want to kind of turn and move around. If you need to kind of do that one more time, that's fine. If you are able to connect the fingertips, get a good grip and then hold here another breath. Inhale. Exhale. And then again, inhale, slowly release. Let the arm lift, let the right arm come up, both arms extend, so softly and easily, shoulders back and down, deep breath in. And exhale, let's take that left arm all the way back and around, reach the fingertips up, let the right arm settle down, find the tips of your fingers, again, maybe wiggling a bit until you get the connection, or if there's no connection, just keep reaching in that direction. Right elbow up, left elbow down, deep breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale, slowly release, both arms up and extend, relax the shoulders away from the ears, and exhale, release the arms down. give the torso a little shake. Switching the direction of the feet. And we're gonna go for some twisting and some forward folding. So sitting up but nice and tall, hollowing out the lower belly, lean forward slightly. You can keep your hands on your knees so that the fingers point in, elbows out, and kind of extend your body forward. Notice here if there's tightness in the hips, see if you can soften by breathing into that tightness. As we exhale, dip one shoulder down. Doesn't matter which. I'm doing my right shoulder. You can do whichever one feels right for you. Gazing over towards that left side. Drawing in through the lower belly, twisting into the torso. Inhale, come back to center, upright. Exhale, dip the other shoulder down and gazing away. You start to find that you're putting a little bit more weight forward as you dip the shoulder down. Keep your hips down, keep your sits bones down. Don't let your butt lift off the floor. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale there. Release the hands in front and let's take a gentle forward fold. Now, this is usually the not so flexible side because we switch the feet. So you may not be able to go so deep. Give yourself the opportunity to go as far as your body will allow. Let the head lengthen out of the body. If possible, let the elbows relax to the floor, or you can place a block and bring the elbows to the block. Keep drawing in through the lower belly and lengthening out of the hips. Create a sense of space in the spine between the vertebrae. Bring awareness and breath to the tightness that you might feel that's keeping you from moving further forward or further down. Always move with ease and gentleness, loving kindness for yourself and your body. Inhale, press through the hands, lift the heart. Exhale there, walk the hands in, coming back to center. Good. One more twist, right hand, left knee, left hand behind, just a gentle seated twist, looking over the left shoulder. As you lengthen the spine, you use the right arm as leverage to pull you a little deeper into the twist. And you can take that hand behind you and bring it to your thigh if you wish. Exhale. And then slowly inhale, come back through to center. Take a breath here, relax the shoulders, and we'll do the other side. Twisting the body. As you inhale, you lengthen the spine. As you exhale, you go deeper into the twist. Again, either keeping that back arm down on the floor or taking it around to find your opposite thigh. Finding your twist. Remembering that each inhale lengthens you and each exhale goes a little deeper into the rotation. Take your gaze back to stretch into the neck. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, good. End of the exhale, slowly coming back through the center and shake out the shoulders. Come back to now our kneeling position. So we're gonna start in our kneeling position. We'll start with our first flow, cat and cow movement. So let's start with the palms down, shoulder width, top of the feet down on the floor. Inhale, lift up into cow. Exhale, curl into cat. Again, inhale, up into cow. Keeping everything centered and grounded. Exhale, into cat. Remember, we don't want to bend the elbows here, so keep your arms locked out as best you can. Inhale one more time. Open the heart, lift the chest, lift the tailbone, shoulders back and away. Exhale, curl it down. Adding a little movement here. As you inhale, start to bring the weight forward and then find your cow pose in this forward position. So you're bringing your weight forward, might not be able to feel so deeply in the tailbone. As you exhale, curl everything back so that your hips are somewhere over the heels, maybe not touching, just extended back, round the back. Two more times. Inhale, cow and forward, moving weight into the fingertips. Exhale, cat and back, moving weight towards the feet. Last one. Inhale, cow and forward. Exhale, cat and back. Remembering that this is a gentle yoga class, so you want to move gently through each movement. Inhaling, coming back through to center. And then just take a little moment to wiggle, to move, to sway, side to side, front and back, however feels good. Then we'll go ahead, tuck the toes under, take a deep inhale breath, and then as we exhale, press your weight back, stretching through the toes, draw the belly towards the thighs, keep the hands planted, and then take the elbows down. So this is a gentler version of the one that we do when we come up, bringing more weight to the toes. If you can exhale, you can release the head. And lastly, you can extend the arms forward. So it's just like our balasana, but the toes are tucked under and the feet and knees are about hip width apart. Feel the stretch in your shoulders here. If it's too much, just elevate your head and keep your elbows down, or let your head hang with your elbows down. That's going to make a difference for the shoulders. If you want to feel more openness in the shoulders, let the forehead come down and straighten the arms. And you can even come to your fingertips to find a little bit more shoulder opener here. Steady breathing. One more. There's length in the abdomen and the torso. Exhale. Inhale, start from your core, draw in through belly, find yourself back into tabletop, release the toes. Again, just a little move and shake here. Bring the right knee and the left knee in to touch each other, so your knees are together. We're gonna go for a down puppy. So you can walk the knees back just a little bit as you walk the hands forward. Reach or slide the hands forward, and let's start with the forehead or the top of the head to the floor. So you wanna feel like your hips are over your knees, not back towards your heels. So very different than balasana. This is a down puppy. This is a stretch for the back and shoulders. And we're still warming up here, so don't go too deep. We will repeat this again once the body's a little bit warmer. Steady breath. Hollow out the lower belly. So remember, keeping the belly engaged throughout your practice. Engaging into your mula bandha every once in a while. As soon as you remember, oh, let's drop it in there, then that's going to help you keep the practice safe, keep the back safe, and keep stability in each and every asana. All right, from here, inhale, lift the head, slide the hands back in, separate your knees once more, tuck the toes under, exhale, press it to downward facing. Let's pedal out your downward facing dog, moving from side to side, bending and straightening the legs. I like to kind of bring one knee in and across to really feel a nice stretch there through the side body, if that feels good for you. And then maybe find your downward facing dog, heels grounded down towards the earth. Let the breath be steady, shoulders back and away. Again, lower belly drawn in. Your gaze is towards your upper thighs, or you can even close your eyes here for a few moments. Settling into the sensations, finding the stretch, reaching the heels down, reaching the tailbone up and back, moving long through your spine as the fingers ground deeply into the floor. Fingers are spread apart. The knuckles and the mound of the index fingers are pressing down, the thumbs are down. Let your weight move into the palm of the hand, not just the wrist. And then inhale, look forward between the hands, walk or step your feet about halfway up your mat. And let's take a moment there, soften the knees, and let's find our hanging forward fold. Let the arms relax, let the elbows soften, let the knees soften, and just hang here for a moment. This is considered an inversion. We are upside down in this position. So give yourself a few moments to stabilize, to regulate. If you need to roll the weight forward to the balls of the feet a little bit more, that's going to give you the ability to stretch deeper into the back of the legs. If your weight is back into the heels, it's going to soften the stretch in the back of the legs, but might activate your quads. So see if you can kind of find that happy medium between the two, where the front and back of the legs are working equally, stretching into the back and engagement into the front. Keep reaching the tailbone up and see if you can move the stretch all the way into the glutes. Let the belly lengthen, the abdomen lengthen, and let the rib cage come to the thighs. But again, you can keep those knees as soft as you need to. Feel that the shoulders are being
magnetically relaxed because the elbows are being pulled down towards the earth. One more breath. And exhale. And then we'll release the hands, bring the fingertips to the floor, and let's lift halfway. This halfway lift, very important. One, the leg's gonna get a chance to straighten, so you can press the fingertips down. If the fingertips don't come to the floor, you're welcome to use 1 or 2 yoga blocks for your hands, so you can bring your hands there. In fact, let's all grab them because we'll use them for the next movement anyway. So grab the yoga blocks, press the hands into it, lift the heart and chest, and you can stay with your palms down, or you can even come to your fingertips, even on the blocks. Let's hold here another breath or 2. The weight moves forward to the toes, and you can find deeper stretch in the back of the legs. You can soften the knees a bit, but see if you can lengthen. Good, very nice. Shoulders roll back, keep the top of the head reaching forward, gaze down towards the floor between the hands. All right, slide those blocks a little bit more forward because we're going to be going into some lunges. Take a breath here. Walk the left foot in between the blocks, and then the right foot follows. So now our 2 feet are between the blocks, bend the knees, and then inhale, slowly roll yourself up. Keep the blocks on the floor where they are. Allow the shoulders to open, come into standing position. The feet are together and the legs are pressed against each other. This is going to help us find balance and work on the stability of the body without having the legs apart, because that already adds stability. So we're doing stability from the inside. One more breath. Good. And then inhale, raise the arms. See if you can reach towards the sky, find extension here, palms together perhaps, gazing towards your thumbs, or if it bothers your neck, you can just look forward. Shoulders back and down, tuck in through the tailbone, keep lifting through the rib cage. Exhale, hands to heart. Stay here for a moment, again, stabilizing through the legs. We're gonna try that again. Inhale, arms come up, externally rotate through the shoulders. So try to turn your palms upwards, like bring your pinkies forward. As you reach, keep externally rotating through the shoulders. And then once you've gone all the way to the top, bring the pinkies together, bring the heels of the hands together, rest of the fingers and the thumbs together, gazing upwards, pressing down through the feet and reaching up through the fingertips. Long, long body here. Shoulders move away from the ears as they keep externally rotating. Keep the work in the shoulders happening. Keep the legs nice and stable. Exhale this time. Bring your hands to prayer as you soften your knees and let yourself come down. As you let your hands release onto the blocks. Inhaling, lifting halfway. And then exhaling, releasing. Again, the forehead is pointing towards the knees. The top of the head is pointing down towards the earth, and you can start to lengthen through your legs as you find the range of motion there. Keep hollowing out through the lower belly and resting your torso against your thighs. Inhale, lift halfway again. Press into the block, so press your hands firmly, and let's take the right foot back for a big lunge. So once you find your lunge here, gentle rocking front and back. This, I love to put these movements in all of my vinyasas. In fact, when I do my Ashtanga practice, I forget and I sneak them in there sometimes. But this is really good for finding your range of motion before you start moving, so you know how far you can go and how much movement you have in your hips. So feel free to straighten that left leg all the way into a wide pyramid, and feel free to move that left knee all the way forward, even past your toes, to see how your right hip flexors are doing. Keep your right toes down on the mat. Let's do maybe one more in each direction. And you can go fast with these, you can go super slow and hold. And then come to find that in center. So you want to stack the left knee over the left ankle, keep your hands on the block, press into the shoulders firmly so you're pushing away. And then exhale, let the right knee drop down and release the right foot. So we're in our kneeling lunge here. Make sure that the left knee and ankle are lined up. You don't want to be too far forward and you don't want to be too far back. Find that place. Now from here, lift the heart and chest, hands onto the thigh, gently come up. All right,
Let's take a moment in this kneeling lunge to find, again, that movement of the hips. So maybe not as deep as we were before, but finding just gentle lift and then softening. Lift and engagement, softening. Lift and engagement, softening down. And one more time. Lift and engage, squeeze, and then softly release. So it doesn't look like much, but it allows the muscles to kind of contract and relax. From here, let's keep the left hand on the knee and take the right arm up towards the sky. See if you can start to back bend. See if you can start to lift the rib cage. Press that left thigh firmly with the left hand and see if you can reach that right arm back. Press that right arm back. Keep your chin down, keep your gaze down to the tip of your nose. Open up to that right side. Exhale, take it to center. And let's kind of re-stabilize here. Check in with the body. Maybe release a little bit through the leg if you're feeling some tiredness there. You can also place something underneath your right knee. And then we'll go back into the lunge. Once you find the lunge once more, right hand onto that left knee. Left arm, inhale, up and extend. So first find the extension. Stretch through that whole left side of the body here. Press into the right arm as you start to find your back bend. Reaching the hips forward. Keep pressing into that right hand against the left knee. Shoulders back and down. Chin down, gazing to the tip of your nose. Find your back bend. Exhale, take it forward. Restabilize. Lift the heart and chest. So we're going to take a little break and then we're going to do both arms. Exhale, let your torso come down. Hands on the blocks. And straighten that left leg. Let's point and flex through the toe. Now remember, there's a lot of weight here, a lot of time we're pressing into that right knee. So if you start to feel like it needs a little cushion, now is a good time to slide a blanket or a folded up towel underneath that left leg. If you have a nice cushiony mat like me, maybe you don't need it, but I just wanted to show you that that's a possibility. So again, point and flex to the toes. Maybe let the toes come down and let your body sink towards that left knee. Maybe you inhale and you lengthen. Feel free to move here as your body needs. Maybe you do that a couple of times. Really kind of surrendering to the experience and not feeling limited by the suggestions I give, but finding your way through. Now let's go ahead and together, we'll come back to that lunge, letting the left knee stack over the left ankle, the top of the foot still pressing down into the floor, hands on the thigh, lift the heart center, extend your body. Both arms together, release down to the floor, keep moving. If you start to find that that left foot slides too much forward, allow it to come back so that you are stacking that knee and the ankle. That's super important. Allow the hips to relax down. Inhale, both arms up. Find length in the body, and then exhale, find your back bend. Opening heart, lifting chest. Chin down, gazing to the tip of your nose, shoulders back and away. Keep reaching, keep lengthening. Opening up to the right side, strong left leg parallel to the floor. Inhale one more time. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, release. Hands on the blocks. Tuck the right toe under. Press that right leg straight. Let's hold this lunge here for a moment. Engaging into the tricep muscles. Shoulders fanning away, still sinking the hips. Now press into the block a little bit more so you can let that left foot lift up. Hold it there. And then exhale, take it back, find your high plank. Let's just hold the high plank for a moment. Keep pressing into the arms strong. Now we're gonna go from this high plank right to an upward facing. So let the hips sink down, open up the chest, and then you can take the tops of the feet to the floor and find your upward facing dog here on the blocks. This might feel like it's too much. If it is, just go ahead and bring your hands off the blocks and try to do it without. Open the heart, lift the chest. Let the legs be straight. Let the hips sink down towards the floor. One more breath. Exhale, roll over the toes. Come to downward facing. We're going to hold the first 3 breaths on the blocks. Hands stay on the blocks. Hollow out the lower belly. 2.
Press strongly through the heels, 3. And then we're gonna bring the hands down and continue the last 3 breaths here on the floor. 1, treat this like a resting posture, find stability and ease. 2, within the effort and discomfort of the posture. And 3, good. Looking forward, bring your hands back onto the block and then bring your weight back into a little bit of a high plank as you take the right foot forward this time and plant it between the blocks. And then we're gonna do the same version on the other side, first with the movement and wiggling forward and back. So you get to kind of choose here how much forward you go, how far back you go. Just move with a sense of control from within. If you start to find like a sticky area where you're like, ooh, that hip is opening out to the side, then take a moment to drop the left hip down a bit as you move forward into the lunge. And then you can take that right knee as far forward as you like. You can even be on those left toes, keeping that left leg nice and strong and contracted. So feel free to kind of really move through to find your own particular range of motion on this side, on this day, because it's gonna vary, it's gonna be different. All right, when you're ready, finding that natural lunge where the knee stacks over the right ankle, and then we exhale, let the left knee come down, release the left toes. Again, kind of moving a little bit, wiggling our body through, squeezing and engaging, and then relaxing, finding our left hip down, evening out left side, right side. One of the things you want to be mindful of is that this right knee doesn't go out in a diagonal. Keep it pointing straight forward. When you're ready, hands on the thighs, right thigh, find yourself into your lift. Stay there for a moment. We're going to squeeze and engage as we relax. So again, think about squeezing everything out, holding everything in, and then exhale, relax everything down. Do that a couple more times. Squeeze and engage. Exhale, softly release. Inhale, squeeze and engage, tighten the muscles of the legs, the glutes, the hips, the belly. Exhale, softly release. Last one. Squeeze and engage. Exhale, softly release. Nice. Now, keep the right hand onto the right thigh, release the left arm. Inhale, find length of that left side. You're gonna press into that right hand, and then exhale, find your back bend. You might find this side is a little tighter or a little more flexible. Keep pressing forward with your right knee, so your right leg is grounded down. Good. Right foot is grounded. Very nice. And then find your back bend. Open, 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 open. Exhale, come back to center. A little bit of softness here if you need it. And then we're gonna actually release all the way down to softly come back into the hands before we do the other side. So then go ahead and extend that right leg back, point the toe, flex. Maybe you exhale and completely fold. Finding nice softness in the shoulders. Maybe you do that a couple of times, moving and swaying through the hips. Really connecting with your own body and your limitations and what your body can do. When you're ready, coming back to that kneeling lunge. Again, if you needed something or padding underneath the left knee, that would have been a good time to put it there. And then go ahead, come back up for the other side. So again, pressing firmly into that right thigh with both hands. Now we're going to keep the left hand on the thigh, release the right hand. Inhale, bring it up, find length, and then exhale, go for your back bend. It's a little bit, feels a little bit like a twist when we do this side because your left hand is pressing down and your right arm is reaching back, but your left hip is pressing forward. So you want to keep kind of rotating a little bit into the torso. Find your back bend, inhale, reach, 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 bend into right knee. Exhale, take it down. Good. Tuck the left toe. Oh, actually, let's release. Release first. Let it go. And then we'll go ahead, tuck the left toe under, straighten that left leg. Find your lunge here. Keep the hips moving forward and down. Engage into the triceps, strong. Hollow out the lower belly. Keep that right leg grounded there for a moment. And then we're gonna try to be light in that right leg. So more weight in the back left leg, more weight in the arms. Right foot comes up, and then exhale, take it back. Now, here we're gonna go for a little half chaturanga. So we're not coming all the way to the floor. Just roll the weight forward, bend the elbows on either sides of your body, hover here, and then inhale, press it up to your upward facing dog. Stay there for a moment, a little wiggle if that's needed, a little bit of adjustment through the legs, dropping the hips down, opening the heart and chest, chin up, steady breath. Exhale, curl over the toes. The first 3 breaths we're gonna hold with the blocks. 1, belly's drawn in, 2, and 3. Then the hands come down and we hold again, 3 more breaths. 1, stabilize, 2, and 3. Good. Look forward, bring your hands back onto the blocks. See if you can bring yourself, your weight a little bit forward, almost like you're trying to go into a plank. And then let's tiptoe or walk our feet. This is easier with the blocks. You can press onto the toes as you start to walk your feet forward. Keep pressing up, keep the legs engaged and straight. Push into the block, engage into the shoulders. Keep going all the way until your feet are between the blocks, and then you can release your heels down. Inhaling, lifting halfway. Exhaling, folding deeply. Soften the knees. Inhale, rise up. Palms towards each other. Gazing up at thumbs if it's okay for your neck. Ground yourself through the feet. Engage into your legs. Exhale, hands to heart. Release the arms by your sides. And let's stay here for another breath or 2. A little challenge here is to close the eyes and to see if you can find your sense of balance. So we're going to move a little deeper into our balance by going into our 3-legged or our warrior 3. All right, exhale, let's go ahead and release down, bend the knees, come into Utkatasana. Inhale, arms up. Find Utkatasana, hollow out the belly, tuck down slightly through the tailbone, and then sit your butt down, gazing towards the thumbs. Exhale, hands to the floor or to the blocks, and lift the hips, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lifting halfway, extending through the spine, Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale, walk your feet back so they're no longer between the blocks. Take the left foot to the center and bring the right leg back, kind of behind you. I still have my blanket there, it's okay. Then take your blocks, slide them in so that you have one big block, both of them touching together. Hands are still in the block, bend into your left knee, and then go ahead and find your balance here with the right leg lifted. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that left hand to the center, and you can go a little forward, so you might need to kind of adjust your blocks so that you have room, a little bit forward. And then from here, see if you can find your balance for half moon, reaching the right arm up. Strong left leg. When you're ready, start to take your gaze towards the right. Only if you feel very, very stable, take your gaze up towards that right hand. Let the left leg control itself by softening and straightening. It's gonna bounce, it's gonna wiggle. Keep reaching. Exhale, slowly release right hand first, and let's go into a standing split. You can walk your hands towards the foot as the right toe reaches up, forehead towards the left knee. Inhale, lift the head, hands back onto the block, keep the right leg lifted. I know, we're almost there. See if you can find your airplane arm. So soften left knee, come to the fingertips, see if you can find balance, arms lift, chin forward, back leg straight. See if you can extend. 3, 4, steady breathing. 5, exhale, hands down. One more time, standing split, and then that leg's gonna come down, I promise. Reach, 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 reach. Exhale, right foot comes down. Take a little bit of a lunge. And then slowly bring both feet back to center. Hands on the block, lift halfway. Exhale, softly release. And you can let the hands come by your feet. Good, let's do the other side. Hands on the blocks here. You can also make the blocks a little bit higher if you wish. Take your right hand to the center as the left foot steps back. Find your sense of balance. Lift the left leg. Come to the left fingertips. Engage here as you point your toe, open the left hip. Only when you feel ready, lift the left arm up. It's easier to balance with your gaze down towards your right fingertips. If you start to feel like you can move your gaze, start to take your gaze out towards the left. Only when you feel ready, look up towards the sky. It's not necessary, it's an extra challenge. Keep that right leg nice and engaged, strong, rooted, and grounded. Good, beautiful. One more time. Try again if you fell out. Exhale, slowly release. Left hand comes down first. Lift the left leg up. You can walk the hands on either sides of the foot for your standing split. Inhale, hands back onto the block. All right, let's give it a try. Finding our flying posture here. Coming to the fingertips, soften the right knee. Inhale, lift the heart and chest, reach the arms back, chin up. 1, 2, steady breathing. 3, strong right leg, keep lengthening through the left. Open your chest. 4 and 5. Exhale, hands down. One last time, our standing split. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And then exhale, drop the left knee down. Find a lunge so that you can bring that right knee over your right ankle. And let's move the blocks out of the way for now. Hands forward a bit. Right foot back, high plank. Let's take a chaturanga, lower down. If you came all the way to the floor, just do cobra. Otherwise, upward facing. Open the heart, lift the chest. Exhale, downward facing. Beautiful job, you guys. Take a few breaths here. And then exhale, let's let the knees come down. And let's take our balasana. Take a rest. Soften the shoulders, forehead to the floor. Reconnect here with your breathing. So slow down your inhale, deepening it. Slow down your exhale, lengthening the exhale breath. We're going to repeat our down puppy that we did in the beginning of our practice. So coming to tabletop, bring the knees together. You can kind of walk your feet back a little bit. I'm going to move my blanket. Feet back a little bit so you're at the back of your mat. Knees together. Slide or walk your hands forward. Keep reaching, reaching, reaching. Top of the head or forehead to the floor. So you might find that this is where you were the last time we did this, before we were nice and warm. Maybe possibly you can slide the hands forward more and then bring your chin to the floor. Perhaps you have a nice open spine and your chest can come down too. Steady breath. Softly move into the shoulder space. Don't force. Almost there. Keep the tops of the feet down. Good. And inhale, press into the forearms. Let your weight come forward. Find your Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Relax the legs are apart. You're not really working so much in the lower half of the body. This is mostly the heart, chest, moving forward as the arms kind of press back. So you can almost feel like you want to slide yourself forward, but you're not going anywhere. You're just staying put. Chin up, gaze is forward. Shoulders roll back and down. Let's do 2 more breaths here. Good. If this is easy for you, you feel like it's comfortable, press your palms down. Inhale, see if you can lift and press your arms straight. If you start feeling pinching in your back, just go back to the elbows down. If there's no pinching in your back and you feel like it's nice and open, just try to slide the hands
maybe a little closer to your body, and you can keep the elbows bent, or you can try to straighten them once more. So just working on your flexibility for your back. Do not squeeze your glutes. Let your glute muscles relax. Let the opening happen here from the pressure of the arms. And if you need to bend the elbows a bit, that's okay. The more you can straighten them, clearly the more pressure or the more work you'll be doing for the back flexibility. And then exhale, gently release. Come all the way down, give yourself a pillow. And you can let all of that go, maybe wiggling the hips, maybe bending the knees and rocking side to side. Whatever your body needs here. Okay, we're gonna set up for a nice supportive and kind of restorative, but also lots of work for the back. So continue with that back motion. Tuck the toes under, hands on either sides of your underneath your shoulders, on other sides of your body. Press into your legs straight. Try to keep your knees down on the floor, but use your feet to press up. Coming up and find yourself in a high plank. Hold there. 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, bring it back. Downward facing dog. And then we're going to come to seated. So look forward. You can practice your Ashtanga transition here by taking the feet together, crossing the feet, finding low asana, and then sitting the hips down. All right. So this one we're going to set up. You're going to take one of your blocks and move it so that it's either in this tower position, the tallest position, or down in this kind of middle position. I like to set it longwise as opposed to like this, because then I feel like it digs into my bones. So I'm going to go for this one for today. Let's see how it goes. If you have a really thick block, like mine is made of cork, you might want to place a blanket on top so it doesn't feel like it's digging into your spine. And then you're going to position it so that it's right between your shoulder blades, right between the shoulder blades. Let your feet relax. You can plant your feet on the floor, let them soften, just relax down. And then you're going to bring your hands behind your head and allow yourself to drop back. Let the elbows open out to the sides, shoulders open. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. So we're not dropping the head back, because I know that that can be a little bit tough for you, Mindy. So just hold onto your head with your hands, that pillow, but you're going to feel and allow your back to kind of crack open like a nut. So you want to feel that there is a deep sense of discomfort here. It's not a comfortable position. It feels like somebody's digging something into your back. It's not fun, but allow yourself to softly move into that space without judgment. So don't always put negative connotation to it. Let it be. And then if you like, you can maybe straighten your legs. You can keep them slightly apart. And always keeping the legs relaxed. They have nothing to do with this. This is the back working. Let's hold it for just a few more breaths if you can. If it's too much for you, I understand. You can come out. You can do a fish pose, or you can lower the block, or you can put more cushioning. All kinds of options here. One more breath. Good. If your legs are straight, go ahead and bend them again. You can release your head, tuck your chin towards your chest. You can use your hands at your thighs or keep them forward. Use your core and make your way back up to center. Back's going to feel a little funky. Slide the feet in towards each other and in towards your body. Give yourself a nice rounded hug. And that space where you felt the block just a moment ago, push back against it. Tuck the belly in and forehead to the knees, shoulders away from the ears. So see if you can find that space where the block was, putting pressure there. See if you can push back against that space. And then inhale, come back to center. You can move the block and your whole setup out of the way here. Just take it off to the side. And then we'll go ahead for a forward fold. So extend the legs, come forward. Let's find Dandasana position. Feet are flexed, legs are engaged, kneecaps pulling up. Find your sits bone. So maybe kind of wiggle side to side and start to move your tailbone back. So you want to move away with your hips. Keep the feet flat, keep the legs super engaged. Lift through the lower belly. If this by itself is hard for you to do, reach the arms out to the sides, away from you, fingertips on the floor. Stay there. Or take the hands next to your body, palms down, fingers pointing forward, and then see if you can extend the arms. Wherever you are, in whatever version of this, try not to lean back. Keep your body upright, like you're against a wall. Good. Straight back. Lift your heart a little bit more, Ruth. Lift your heart and chest. Yeah, good. Very nice. One more breath. We'll go for Paschimottanasana. Exhale, fold forward, grab your big toes. Cannot reach your big toes? Grab your ankles. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, fold deeply. Elbows towards the floor on either sides of your shins. Shoulders away from the ears, deep forward fold. One more breath. Inhale, lift the head and up. Extend the body. Exhale, slowly release. Okay, we're gonna go for Skandasana. We don't do this very often. You will need a block on each side. You might not need it, but it's definitely very helpful. So let's start with the wide-legged forward fold here. Just take your legs out as wide as your mat and allow your feet to flex. You can notice here that depending on your hip flexibility, your feet may flop in naturally, they may flop out naturally. That'd be a good sign. That means there's a nice openness in the hips, but see if you can remain with them engaged, meaning there's no flopping of the feet and there's contraction of the quadriceps. And then we're gonna take our hands forward, elbows to the floor, and find a nice gentle forward fold. Check in with the body and observe what parts of the body need a little extra love. One more breath. And exhale, bring it back up. Bend into the knees. We're gonna come up into a squat position. So press into the hands so that you come up onto the squat, and then take your time to adjust yourself. Come forward, Malasana. Shoulders back, nice long spine. Steady breathing. I'm just gonna hold another breath here. We're gonna move pretty quickly. Exhale, hands to the floor, elevate the hips, and then walk the feet really wide for a wide-legged forward fold. Slide the hands so that the pinkies are in line with the toes. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold deeply, top of the head towards the floor. You can adjust your feet, walk them out a little bit more if you want, and you can even walk your hands back, but keep pointing your fingers forward. Hollow out the lower belly. Steady breathing. See if you can even out the hips. And then inhale, press back up to where we started, lengthening the spine. And then exhale, let's take it to the right. So point the left toes out, walk your hands towards that right foot. You can grab your block, place it behind your right ankle, and then sit your hip down on the block. So this is a lot easier to do with the block, but you don't have to. You can just keep your hands forward. But if you have the block, we're gonna go here for some movement. So reach the left fingertips towards the left toe, press the right hand against the right knee and turn your body. You're welcome to stay there, or you can bring your hand to your shin as well. And then as well, you can stay here, or you can take that right arm up as you extend. One of the things you wanna be mindful here is this right knee. You don't wanna let it sink in. Keep opening it to the side, good adjustment. I know, I used to be one of I used to always let that leg come in like, oh, it's so much easier that way. Inhale, come back to center, release. Take a moment, hands on the floor. Inhale, press yourself up, come back to that wide-legged forward fold, forehead to the floor. Allow yourself to find a sense of ease through it. Inhale, press up. Exhale, other side. So it takes a little wiggling, adjust the block, place it behind your left ankle. Allow yourself to settle the hips down. Keep that right foot flexed, right leg engaged. You're gonna open out. Again, you can reach for the toes as you kind of open out to the side, or you can bring your hand to the ankle. And you're welcome to stay here, reaching, or extend that left arm up and over. Steady breath. So if you're reaching for the toe, you don't have as much support with the bottom arm, but you can use it to pull. If your hand's on your ankle or shin, you can use it to leverage the openness of the heart
as you reach up and over. Keep opening that left knee out to the side. And then inhale, gently come up. Take a couple moments here, kind of readjust, recenter, resettle. And then hands on the floor. See if you can do one hand behind, both hands in front. It's really up to you how you do it. Come back to your wide-legged forward fold, settle down. Before we come up, we'll do a nice twist. So hands on the mat, walk the feet so they're not quite as wide, but still pretty wide, wider than the hips. Right hand on the floor, left arm up. We're rotating the chest and torso, reaching the left arm up, looking towards the left. Keep the right hip elevated so the hips stay as square as you can get them. Inhale, and exhale, switch sides. The left hand comes down, press into that left shoulder, right arm comes up, find your twist. Try to keep opening to that left hip so that you're rotating through the body. Reach, 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 and extend. Squaring off the hips, finding your center line, belly in. Open up and look up towards the right hand. And exhale, slowly come back down. Walk the feet in. Take your malasana one more time. Hips down, hands in prayer, shoulders back. Beautiful work today, you guys. Now we're going to reach the arms forward and sit down. You can move the blocks away, off to the side, and let's lay down onto the back. All right, lots of different stuff today. Give yourself a chance to settle in. You can hug the knees into the chest, rolling side to side, or front and back, or big circles. Give your lower back a little massage. Continue to regulate your breath, but you're engaging your deep sound breathing here. Slowly open up the knees. Take your happy baby if you wish, or you can just keep the knees hugged into the chest. Your choice. You can move or you can be still. And coming back through to center. Let's release the feet, extend the legs, arms down by your sides. Viparita Karani. Stay here for a few more breaths. If you have a wall nearby and you prefer to use a wall, you can do that. You can just stay in midair. Let the feet relax. There's no pointing, no flexing. We're going to try for a straddle here. So bring your hands, bend your elbows, bring your hands to your thighs. Let your feet open out to the side. Let your legs, hands support your legs as they open out. Point through the toes and engage the inner thighs. Keep your back flat. Hold there. Go to your maximum, whatever that is for you. Don't overdo it. We're winding down our practice here, so you don't want to go too far. Just start to settle back in. And then inhale, use the hands to help yourself back to center. Bend the knees. Give yourself one last hug. Let the feet come down to the floor. Arms extend. Our nice, easy, gentle, traditional twist. Knees fold to the right, gazing to the left. You can have your knees really close to your body, really tucked in, or like I'm doing, they're kind of just releasing out and down. So try it both ways and see what your body needs today. However you decide to twist, try to let the thighs come down and let the left shoulder come down so that they're both touching. And then inhale, slowly coming back through the center, and we'll go right to the other side. Switch sides, both knees to the left this time, and keeping the right shoulder down, gaze to the right. Begin to really settle into your breath. Don't have to deepen or lengthen the breath in anymore now. You can just start to come into your natural pace of breathing. Observe.
And with your next inhale, we'll slowly let those knees come back to center, and we'll take our Shavasana. So arms down by your sides, lengthen the spine. Let the feet extend or legs extend and the feet flop out to the sides. Relax your palms facing up, relax your shoulders. Feeling steady, rooted and grounded. Slowly and gently, with the next exhale breath, we'll start to draw awareness back to our bodies, this room and this space. We'll begin to add gentle movement to the fingers, the toes, the hands and feet, wrists and the ankles. We'll be bending the knees and coming to a constructive resting posture by separating the feet, letting the knees flop in, one hand at the belly and one hand at the heart. Keeping the eyes closed, our attention focused inward. When you feel ready, you can roll over onto your side. You can use your bottom arm like a pillow as you extend it out, or you can let your forehead come to the floor. Take a few breaths there. And then inhale, see if you can lengthen that top leg, press into the top arm, slide yourself in and up, come to a seated position. Just comfortable cross-legged, or you can do your lotus pose if you wish. We'll take a moment here, softening the shoulders, lengthening the spine, feeling nice and grounded to the sits bones. Observe any changes in the body, in the mind, in the heart. I like to seal our practice with that chant that we practiced on Thursday. Is the Sahana Bhavatu. I know you don't have it in front of you, but I will chant it slow so you can repeat. We'll chant Om together. Om. Sahana bhavatu. Sahana bhunaktu. Sahaviryam karavavahai. Tejasvinavaditamastu mavit. Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste.